Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with me for iftar for Ramadan 2023. Today we are making spaghetti and meatballs. I know some of you are going to be like, didn't we just have pasta like last week? Well, this week we're still going to have pasta, and it's spaghetti and meatballs. One of my personal favorites. I've always loved making this, and recently I've perfected my recipe and I'm going to share it with you, and hopefully this is something you will take as a treat to give your family, to feed to your favorite person or anyone around. And even after Ramadan, who knows, you might enjoy this food. Just come back and watch it to increase my impression click-through rate. Before I get carried away, let's get straight on with the video. Oh, by the way, Ramadan Mubarak. So first we're gonna grab our chopping board and we're going to be cutting about 4 onions. I mentioned in my last video that I always prefer the brown onions just because these ones, they don't have that purplish color that the purple onion gives. I personally don't like it when the onion like shows up in my, like the color of the onion is showing up in my video. Sorry, not my video, my food. Oh my god, that was a big slice, yeah. Okay, so now we are going to caramelize our onions just until it's a little bit like brown, not burnt. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil onto the pan, then transfer the onions inside and just stir it up. African like me, you've been taught not to waste oil at all, so I'm just going to scoop up some of these like leftover oil, and I'm just going to put this on here rather than opening a brand new one, because why should I waste oil? And plus it gives it flavor. This is just me waiting for the oil to, you know, warm up. Ignore the sound in the background, it's the microwave. It's kind of thawing the meat right now. So I'm making this pasta for about 4 people, so oh my gosh, so it's gonna be a little bit of a lot. It's gonna be a lot, yeah. As the pasta, as the onions are like just getting all joined together, I'm just gonna mix things right in the middle and add some tomato puree. Right in the middle of the pot, you want to just open up. If you feel like you want to add more oil, feel free to do so. I don't like consuming too much oil, so I like to keep it minimal. That's why this is a non-stick pan, to make sure like it doesn't like burn. But I try my best not to use as much oil in food. Passata is just a really good base for most tomato-based pasta dishes. I'm going to add a jug of pasta sauce. Ooh, it's bubbling. This is the part that I get scared the most because it turns into a volcano. Add a little bit of water in here and just shake it up like this, just so you're not wasting any ingredients. So now you just want to start seasoning this, because this is like our main base. It's going to give the flavor to the pasta. I'm going to add salt. Of course, salt is a major ingredient. As well as salt, I'm going to be adding garlic granules. I'm adding a bit of oregano, some parsley, then some medium curry powder. This Chinese salt and chili pepper. Just always go for this side. I love to add some spice, some hotness in it. I'm adding yaji. Ooh, that was hot. I just splashed on my finger. Ow. Now I have the meat that I'm going to use. It's still pretty frozen on the inside, so I'm just going to use my fingers to squash it up a bit. The meat, and it is now soft enough to mold into meatballs. So I'm just going to squeeze it up until it's just fine. First we're going to add a bit of salt. I like to add yaji. Yaji just enhances the flavor of everything. I'm not gonna put too much because this is going into the sauce that we just made. I'm adding a little bit of curry. I'm adding some of this ready and steady to cook chili garlic salt. It's just growing the right inside for me. So I'm adding more garlic granules just because garlic is the best spice in the world. And we've got parsley. We've got a little bit of oregano, just a little. And we are gonna add, last but not the least, basil. We just combine them, okay? Entirely optional, but if you want it to like stick together when you're rolling it into meatballs, you can add a little bit of flour. So for today, I will be adding a little bit of flour. Okay, so now we're gonna make our meatballs. Just make them whatever shape you want, or how big, ever big you want them to be. These are all the meatballs, and we're gonna pan fry them now. So just like the pasta bake, we're not gonna be adding any oil onto the pan, just because this meat has 20% fat. I know I sound like a doctor or something, but you have to look out for your heart. Just because you want to eat good doesn't mean your heart has to suffer, okay? You guys see how much oil has like just come out from this amount of beef? It is so unhealthy, and imagine adding your own oil. So now I'm just gonna bring in our sauce from earlier. I'm just gonna transfer all of this in here. Ooh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm still fasting, so this is making me hungry. Oh my god. It looks and tastes. I don't know how it tastes yet, but I'm sure it tastes good. It smells amazing. You can already smell the blend of all the flavor and the meat just combining together. I'm gonna let this simmer for a little bit, but while we're doing that, it's time to boil our pasta. So I'm gonna be using this massive pot to cook 2 packs of spaghetti. More, just 2 packs for this recipe. Like I said, each pack feeds about 4 people, and I'm gonna cook it for just about 8 to 9 minutes, following the packages. Okay, so that was the pasta. I will show you guys me eating it when it is time for iftar. We've got about 30 something minutes left before it's time for iftar. So now I'm just gonna clean up and get ready for iftar. And also, this is actually really good because a lot of people cook until it's time for iftar, but this last 30 minutes you can use them to pray for something you really want, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts all the prayers made by fasting Muslims and So pray for anything you want right now. Make sure you leave a lot of time, or about at least 20 minutes left, just so you can pray for something amazing, because that is the beauty of Ramadan. It's not just about the food or the amazing dishes like our spaghetti and meatballs. It's not just about that, it's also about the prayers. So remember to pray, using this last few moments to pray, and I will see you guys at iftar time when I am trying my pasta. Taste test. Bismillah. Very delicious. And spicy as well. Make sure to subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.